First round, personal. Second round, bars. Third round, y'all gonna regret putting this bitch on your card. Flatline, nigga.
Let's talk battle rap.
Yes, sir.
I think I'm gonna change the name of the show for this one episode.
Let's
talk official. It's your host, France.
And your boy, Program V.
So we had a big announcement last week, and it's unfortunate to me to bring this announcement to the battle world, but official has retired from battle rap. Wink, wink. Because I guess retiring is never fully official,
right?
Until the right bag comes around.
Exactly.
But she's focused on the music. Definitely wish her the best of luck.
Absolutely.
She's given us great performances.
Years
of work, quality of work.
Quality work.
Listen, man, let me talk about some of these accolades before we even make this tribute episode.
Yes,
One,
sir.
Official is the 5th most viewed battle rapper. Female battle rapper.
Oh, I was about to say. I was like, wow.
I had to put that in there.
Like
fifth most viewed female battle rapper.
Right,
okay,
right.
There we go. And the third female battle rapper with the most battles. So that's work ethic and that's viewership.
Exactly.
That's fan base.
That's consistency.
4+ million views, man. I definitely have to. I'll put an audience clip in this one and have everybody cheer and clap.
Round of applause, man.
Round of applause
for Official.
And she's battled some of the guys. We know her for a lot of these battles, and a lot of us love the Disaster battle. But her first battle ever, 2012, was with a guy.
Yeah, that little room there.
Yeah,
I remember you.
Yeah.
I remember that joint.
And this is before she got in Queen of the Ring, so she battled a couple guys.
She had the little ski hat on and all that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So she was just gully from the get, from the cut from that cloth, man, just aggressive. And she battled Automatic Ray. I know you're familiar with Automatic.
I remember that one.
Yeah. I know we're all familiar with Automatic Ray. She battled him, and so for the most part, this episode, I kind of just want to highlight her 5, I guess, most important battles in her career that, performance-wise, dictated the storyline, the opponent, the way the performance came out, the win, to just kind of tribute a little bit of her career and just give it some honor for everything she's done for battle rap and female battle rap, and as well as herself.
For sure.
Shout out to NWX, because she did join NWX at one point in time.
She sure did. That's another thing. She's the only lady to get down with that crew. You know what I mean? That's another notch in the belt. First lady.
You're absolutely right, man.
Yeah.
I remember her battle with C3, 2014. That was a classic.
That was a clash of the titans.
Honestly, if you're a battle rap fan, you're gonna love that battle for every aspect of it. C3 rebuttals. They both came with 3 solid rounds.
Everything.
Official was scheming the entire battle. They're both going back and forth. It's consistent. The crowd's engaged.
And it was ill because they both they knew they had to bring it. It was like, yo,
we
both can't let our fan bases down.
Right,
and
right.
The competition level was heavy at that time. So it's that match meant a lot, man. That meant a lot.
If I'm not mistaken, it's probably definitely one of the few, maybe one of the earlier matches that night. So obviously they got the benefit of the crowd's energy, and the crowd's energy was great around that boxing ring, man.
Yeah.
So that deserves way more views. It's only at 300,000. That deserves to be at a mill. Yeah, right?
Crazy.
Deserves to be at a mill. But this is, I guess these are the early ones you put in the mud and then you move forward.
Remember when that battle came out? Some folks were like, "This is like the Chilla and JC of female."
Yeah, people trying to give it a lot of comparisons, and I'm like, guys,
let it live,
guys.
Man.
This isn't.
This
don't compare it to nothing. This is the official in C3 of battle rap. That's it.
Right.
Don't give it. Don't give it no.
Let them get their own shine.
Don't
you know
give it no alter name. No
Facts,
other
man.
identity.
Facts.
They created one themselves.
Big time.
And so I want to highlight real quick that C3's first battle on Queen of the Ring was on April 13th, 2013.
5 years ago.
Shout outs to that.
Damn, we've had a half a decade of official.
Yeah, longer.
Wow.
But what
from Queen of yeah, you're right.
But what I wanted to point out is, I'm gonna go in order, but I just want to point out this one quick thing to another accolade. 2013 April, her debut on Queen of the Ring. 2 years later, I think May 2015, already on Gnome.
Gnome Cinco.
That is crazy, man.
Then after that, Summer Madness back to back. That's crazy.
So going back to the C3 battle, this is, I think, her third Queen of the Ring battle. She already battled K Profit and Lex prior to that. So she already was starting to figure out her style. She used to scheme way more back then than she does now. And I want to play a clip.
Cause she can get nicked at night trying to be a golden girl. I'll get this feast lump for free. That check Roseanne, everybody died, so please come for me. I'll kill the nanny and whoever else they see. Son and me come and knock on my door and we'll be waiting for Three's Company.
Fire. Yeah, that whole battle, man. I love you. That has so much replay value because she was literally nonstop scheming. So like you can go back and watch it and catch another one and then catch another one
all day. It's one of those battles that keeps growing as you keep watching it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Finding little nuggets here and there, going on little Easter egg hunts and all that.
Yeah.
Like that's oh man, that's what a real crazy pen game is all about. And she brings the excitement factor.
Crazy pen game.
Pen game.
We don't ever, we rarely really talk about pen games with the female battle rappers, right? Like we put 40 up there.
Yeah, well, there are definitely a couple of girls whose pen games are crazy. I just wish the girls were just more active all the time so we could just have a bigger base to judge these pens on. You know what I'm saying? So, this has nothing to do with the sexes. Your mind is your mind. Your pen is your pen. Right. There's crazy people on both sides.
This is genderless. It's just we have that category of battle rap. We make fun of it all the time.
But
his pen is crazy. The pen game.
Well, I mean, this is about official. That we could do a whole other episode on that whole pen issue, which we might get into. But let's stick to O on this.
I want to ask you, what do you think made her a breath of fresh air with her style? I want to ask you.
I think, well, not to say that it was the accent, but I do think that the accent off jump definitely does help. But that's just like, just auditory. That's just the voice or whatever. But I think like the way she just came nonstop with those punches was just like, it was just ferocious, man. And she just had like a certain je ne sais quoi, you know what I'm saying? When she was delivering it, it was just like, who's this little girl with all of these punchlines and all of these bars? And it was just like, whoa, you know what I mean? What do you think did it for you when you saw her?
The aggression, and the setup and all her like lines. She would always go for haymakers. Yeah. Even in the midst of the schemes, and she'll always put the emphasis towards the end of it, so you can just kind of like feel it. Right. And unfortunately, whenever they didn't land, you can tell when it fell flat. Yeah. But her setups were very unique because she did a lot of the 4-bar setups, but she did a lot of interesting like 5-bar setups where she says a line, says a longer line, but it still rhymes. And after that longer line, she'll make a short line that rhymes with it. So that's 3 bars. The 4th bar, you're expecting the punch, but now at this point, you're following the rhyme pattern, you're anticipated, and then the 5th line is the haymaker. Boom. And that was kind of, after she kind of mastered that, like she took it to the next level.
So it's rolling with that.
Because I remember at the C3 battle, a lot of the haymakers, like the spaceship line and everything else, a lot of the feedback was, she will be crazy on URL. Mm-hmm. She will take a URL crowd and make them explode, et cetera, et cetera. And I think about that all the time, or like that made me really a big fan of C3 and Official. They both elevated each other. Those are the best kind of battles. Then this is at this point like everybody said that was the battle of the night. She's getting her rep up. Everybody's saying she's dangerous, and she's at the beginning of her career. Like this is just she's still
just the tip of the iceberg.
They wanted to call her like a rookie, I guess, in the sense that she's been battling the same kind of time as other people. But Queen of the Ring, that was her 3rd battle. Everybody else already had like 4 or 5 battles. Farrah had tons of battles. Couture had tons of battles. C3 had tons of battles. By that time,
those girls were like
Shuni had tons of battles.
Those girls were what you would consider vets on that scene already.
They were already vets.
They were like OGs, like, oh, we're ready to hang it up already. And I think that's another thing that made her shine too, is like, there's not that many girls doing it. So when you get a little dynamo that just comes out of nowhere and it's just like, whoa, like it really stands out.
She was very efficient.
You know what I'm saying?
Very
like,
efficient because she
really stands out.
She climbed the ladder much faster than everybody else. And I remember the Vlad TV interview. We all love the Vlad couch. Babs was on the couch and they asked her, who's holding the crown of Queen of the Ring? And obviously she had to definitely keep her answer politically correct as much as possible.
That's right.
But she did give her honest feedback as to what she thought was who was her most dangerous talent, who was the killers on her squad. And I want to play a clip.
Yeah. Even though I feel E-Hart is the one to beat, I would sick Official on any bitch.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Like anybody, any bitch, any nigga, I'd be like, get him to Official. You know what I'm saying? E-Hart, I would more be like, okay, I got somebody for you. Let's set it up. But on the drop of a dime, I'm tagging in Official.
That let me know right there that seen all the potential in Official. She's seen the window that she had. She said her ceiling's through the roof.
Yeah.
She's just getting started. She's aggressive. She's a killer. And then, you know, Official's a big girl. So
you would think she was talking about Rex right there.
Right.
Right?
Official's a big girl. Like, she's tall too, so she's also intimidating. There's a lot of, she brings a lot of those little qualities before she even spit a bar that will give her an
Official's
advantage.
tall in real life?
Well, taller than most of the other girls, you know what I'm saying?
All right. Just making sure.
Tall to her opponents.
I was like, my eyes like deceiving me, but I feel you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's taller than most of them.
Yeah.
And she kind of towers over them, and then that's a little intimidation effect. And people forget the eye test kind of matters in battle rap. Like, when you're in the ring and the person's that much taller than you, and they have that presence, and when they land the bar, they're kind of hovering over you and they're staring you down. Like, you feel that shit.
Yeah, man.
You can feel Official. That's what was unique.
The shotgun sugar effect. You know what I'm saying? Yo, man, when you tower it over somebody, it makes for a better visual sometimes.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and not only that, she got those torpedoes pointed at you. So it's like she's working all around it. You know what I mean? Like, she's performing while she's up there too. So she's got like all of the qualities that you need to be a star out there.
Facts. Then moving forward at her next battle, 2014. Remember, she's still figuring it out at this point in 2014. She battles Couture on one of the biggest female battle rap cards ever, NHB, in the summertime. This is, had Jazz and 40.
No holds barred. The Hulk Hogan event.
Every battle on that card could have been a main event. That's how they
was
promoted it.
Was that the card that was in BB King's? No, that was in Irving Plaza,
It was
right?
Irving Plaza.
Yeah, they brought the ring to Irving Plaza.
Yep.
Let's just breathe on that for a second.
Good times.
Dog, that was major.
Yeah, that was big.
And she was on that card, man. They brought the ring to Irving Plaza, kid.
That was big, man.
Yikes.
And so for me, that battle, I felt like, you know, she had taken a lot of the feedback, the positive feedback from the engagement of the online audience, the Twitter world, the battle world, her fans, and she kind of followed the same routine she did with C3, but couldn't replicate it. And I think at that moment she realized you can't replicate these kind of performances. You got to
customize them.
You got to customize them and tailor them
Absolutely.
towards each opponent. And while she did have a good performance, there's a lot of like flat lines in it. We all know her slogan: first round personal, second round bars. And her first round, always she tries to kind of like angle within a haymaker, and all the angles she was kind of throwing at Couture, like they just weren't landing. And after the interview, I remember Michael Hudges, journalist from Vlad TV. He interviewed her, and she just seemed a little more humble. She didn't. She definitely gave Couture her props. She said she won, and as she should, but she seemed more humbled. So I think she wasn't satisfied with the performance.
Yeah, it's like, you know, when you got one and then you come back and you're not quite satisfied, like, you know, this is a different feeling on the inside. You know, everybody in the building can tell you, yo, you killed it, you did this, you did that. But if you don't feel that way, you're going to know, and that's going to affect you through your interviews, through everything. And definitely, man, during that interview, she definitely looked like she didn't have the same energy and vibe as she did from her previous victories. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, if you watch a C3 battle and then you watch a Couture battle right after, you're going to be like, all right, something's a little off here. There's an off step here. But it came with a learning lesson, a valuable lesson. And I highlight that battle because that's the turning point of her career. Her name was still popular, floating around online, and she got picked for the Snoop Dogg event. I remember you mentioned it to me. You were talking about it. She got to battle the godmother of battle rap.
Talk about it.
E-Heart.
Talk about it.
I really wish that battle could have been on the platform.
Crazy, right? Yeah.
Could have been on the platforms that we would prefer to see it on.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate Snoop for being a part of the culture at that time, taking big names and giving them and even just picking two females to begin with, because he could have just went out and just got all the top tier males and they would have said yes for the money. But he said, nah, I need to get two girls on here. And, you know, he got Official E-Heart.
Yeah, he had a couple other girls on there. I think Pharaoh's on that card.
Right.
And,
he did. Yep.
Somebody, I think he said that his daughter really was like, hey, I like these girls. And he was like, hey, bring them on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So shout out to him. But that's still a good look. That was a hip hop weekend down in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? The whole industry was down there. And, you know, a room full of stars and showed out, man.
But before that, we did get to see Official battle Daylight in the Quiet Room when the Quiet Room was still around.
Shout out my man Queen's Flip.
The Quiet Room was the volume before the volumes.
Yo, Smack owes Flip a check, man, for that joint, man. You right. That's crazy.
I liked when they did the Quiet Room three-way battles and they put it on the channel. That was dope too.
Danger Zone went Oh
Yeah, man.
Remember when Clips turned the quiet room into the loud room?
Daylight was in the quiet room, the 3-year battle, and he got the reactions. Like, how I get reaction in the quiet room?
right.
She battled Daylight in the quiet room, so we got to see like, yo, this chick can really rap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because of course, when you're performing, crowd stopping you, engaging you, we're just seeing peaks of your cadence and your performance, but we got to see you straight through, no stoppage at all. It was great.
Yeah, and the thing too is, this was one of those battles where Daylight kind of just like showed up, and I think he didn't
bullshit it, but he didn't take it
mega
serious.
I think he just either he didn't know exactly like how crazy she was gonna get, but you could see like Official was like, hold up. No matter what, I still got to show out. And she was
Daylight had some gems in it though.
He had some gems, but she was like, "No, look, listen, man, I need to take this 100% serious."
Right,
you know what
right.
I'm saying? Because he's still a big name at this point. You know what I'm saying?
This is the early moment of his troll life. Like,
right.
He started trolling, but we didn't like already say, "Oh, Daylight's just gonna bullshit a battle." Like, we're expecting Daylight to come and rap.
100%.
Yeah, to come and rap at this moment in time.
Yeah, man.
So that's 2014. And like I said earlier, Couture was the changing point of her career, because when she finally kind of gets back into like the groove of things, she did 2 quiet room battles. And I felt like she used the quiet room battles to take full advantage of her skills. She started sharpening up. Her delivery got sharper.
Yeah.
She started like finding the perfect pace for her cadence. She schemed a little less. She still schemed, but schemed a little less. And then started doing that 5-bar setups like I told you about earlier. And so now 2015 comes, and I got to give her a round of applause. This was the prime of her career. That year was crazy.
Talk about it.
Let's talk about it, man.
Talk about it.
She gets booked for Gnome 5 against Jazz the Rapper. I guess
first of all,
the poster girl for URL at the time, because she was definitely the leading face. Already had battled QB. She battled Hustle on SM3. So now it's like
she did the 40 bars battle already at that point.
Yeah,
right?
she 30, 40.
So,
yeah, but I'm talking about her URL stuff. But yeah,
right.
But yeah, then she 30, 40 on
just
NHB.
To put it into his perspective, right?
So
30s, 40 on
her
NHB,
stock is high,
super high, right? I mean, she had the Hustle battle, which was kind of controversial because in the building, Hustle choke, right? So if you're going by certain technicalities, a lot of people in the building are like, "Hey, Jazz won."
Right.
But then you get to the videotape and it's like,
they take the choke
you
out.
know what I mean? So it's not like her stock completely. She's still prime time high stock Jazz. You know what I'm saying? Just to put into perspective for everyone right now. And then the battle gets announced, and I think Jazz wanted it in a small room. You know what I mean? Or like in the or Black Star or something like that, because she didn't want any of the bars to get missed. She wanted to make sure that this would be the best presentation for it. But under pressure from Queen's Flip, he got this show on the road and up on SM5, the big stage, right?
Gnome 5.
No, I'm sorry, on Gnome 5,
right?
The big stage. And, you know, well, everyone's like, hey, how's this going to turn out? Is Official going to be able to handle this big stage? This is Jazz's house. Like, what's going on?
Before we get to the battle, I just want to point out, Gnome 5 was one of my favorite gnomes.
Gnome 5 was live.
Gnome 5 was one of my, and that was also, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that was the first pay-per-view event.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
Perfect card for it. 5 battles, 5 main headline battles. It's like, yo, this is perfect.
Yep.
But going back to Jazz and Official, so Official wins the coin toss. Jazz goes first, and Jazz tears down the building round 1. They loving her. They loving every second of it. And Official just, I guess, like, she was just waiting for this moment. Like, you can
salivating.
You can tell, like, when it was her time to rap, she like just said to herself, yo, it's about time I tear down Jazz's reputation. I tear down the legacy. I tear down the gash that people give. I'm not saying she's gassed. I'm saying this is what she's thinking.
I feel.
She's like, I tear this. Like, she's just like ready. And if you remember in the corner, she had Farrah in her corner. She
had the whole squad.
She had the whole squad in her corner. So it's like almost like the squad was against Jazz. You know, I remember how we said about with the Mook and Verb battle. Battle rappers want Verb to win, and fans want Mook. To win, The fans wanted Jazz, and the female battle rappers wanted Official.
That was so crazy, man. Just watching that, man. That was so crazy. Then Official comes out, swing. Ging, my brother.
Now, while Miss Hustle is extremely aggressive, Official's aggressiveness is a little different than Hustle's, because Hustle's just being aggressive while she's like rapping. Official's being aggressive with performance and getting into your face and screaming at you. You know what I'm saying? So like her aggression just completely overshadowed Jazz.
Mm-hmm.
It got surgical. When she landed her first, no, for real. When she landed her first haymaker, it was like she just couldn't control the building was just going nuts.
It was madness.
She had one of those rounds that just like the crowd extended it way longer than it needed to be.
At first, but it was crazy. It was magnet. It was crazy, man.
Hold on, man.
Ranks around. Tom and Jerry, text me, my dude watching. I got the proctor ready. Cock the desi. Jazz, you can stop already. Pop a gun. You too afraid to even pop your cherry.
Oh my God. Smack dropped the mic.
Smack turned around, punched people, jumping around.
The mic dropped.
Smack nearly did jumping jacks off that line, man. That was crazy.
That shit was bananas. Like
Crazy.
that line, even though
that line sealed the battle from the beginning. Even though
it was one of those battles where like you seal it early.
Yeah.
You literally take control. Yeah. She had full control of the battle at that moment.
And it's like that line doesn't even seem like how come other people didn't think of that? But it was just the whole setup, the Tom and Jerry, the timing of it, the way she landed it. It was impeccable, man.
Her preparation for Known 5 was crazy because like she had never battled in a crowd that big.
Yeah.
And you know, she already was figuring things out, like I said, the year prior after Couture, where she started to finally like kind of tweak her style to just deliver things better. So she, like I was telling you earlier about her setups for her haymakers, their 5-bar setups were like one long line, a quick rhyme, a line rhyming it to kind of keep you flowing with everything and keep you going with the storyline of what she's trying to deliver.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost as if it just worked flawed. It looked like she had battled on Gnome prior. That wasn't her first Gnome.
Yeah. She looked so seasoned. Like it was like she's been doing this forever. You know what I'm saying? No fear, no nothing. Man, she made Jazz look like the one who was the one that was coming up. You know what I'm saying?
The first round was Jazz.
Yeah, her first round was good.
First round was great.
It had bars.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
It was what you expected. And Official just like sucked the air out of it. Put the dagger in the heart, did everything. Whatever expression you want to use, she did it.
She did it all, man. The bars, she was dancing on that stage, man. The bars plus the performance and everything. And, you know, Jazz just wasn't moving around as much, wasn't as demonstrative. The voice just wasn't as big as Official. It seemed like Official didn't even need a microphone.
I love the camera angles, too, because then every time Official landed a haymaker, they pointed it to the crowd.
And
the crowd, the guys have their hands on their head like, oh my God, Jazz is getting killed. I can't believe this. But that's her first loss.
Yeah.
And
crazy.
And remember,
man.
like I was saying, she
one anyway.
Yeah, she always put the setups. I love the setups for all the haymakers. Just pay attention to like how the rhyming goes in between.
And you be dick riding all these battle leagues like it's a hobby now. But if it wasn't for Queen of the Ring hopping round, bitch, you wouldn't be popping now. So don't say you where you at because of URL. You swapping now. Because in reality, you ain't get on smack until after the ring. You Bobby Brown.
Setup was flawless. It keeps you engaged. It's good rhyming.
Yeah.
It's surgical because she's doing her personal thing, but she made the personal as the hit. It just was a flawless
You know
round.
what you notice about this style also? Mm-hmm. It doesn't lead to the premature eruption from the crowd.
It doesn't because
you know
they're yes, you're perfectly
where so
right.
many people were like I didn't know my setup is what they jumped for. This wasn't even the punch. She's smart enough to write it to where you're hanging there. You're like, wait a minute. I think the punch was supposed to come. The punch didn't come, and then the punch comes, and you're like, dang.
Like you know when the punch is coming. Like you know when she was like, you Bobby Brown. Before that, she said a whole long sentence, and you're like listening to the sentence,
exactly.
And then she cocks back like her head, and she's like, "You Bobby Brown," and then it's like, "Oh shit!" She performed the shit out of it.
Crazy.
She screamed in her face,
Crazy.
And you felt the haymaker.
Nutty.
And you know, Jazz wasn't able to respond. Like that's where like the veterans they respond when these things happen. She didn't respond the second round.
Back, man.
Same thing happened second round, not as intense as the first round.
Yep.
But the third round, this shit was flat.
It was over
it was
already,
flatline, and it was such an upset, right?
That was if there's anything that you're gonna call an upset, that was one, because that was supposed to be her house. And she wasn't supposed to come in there and just take the crown and Jazz's head with it, man. Like she left that night victorious. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And everyone gave it up. Like
Facts.
You had to be a super diehard Jazz fan to really like say Jazz won that battle or it's debatable. You know what I'm saying? Like
Facts.
Official did her job. She took the queen down that night, man. So that is a historic battle.
This is officially like the prime of her career. Like she's
Yes,
at the
sir.
peak.
Yeah.
At this moment, it's like
She can do no wrong.
you can do no wrong. Whoever you battle next is dead.
Yeah.
And so, like I said earlier, April 2013, debuted on Queen of the Ring.
Mm-hmm.
May 2015, her first Gnome against the most popular female, one of the highest females at the time, and somebody's considered the best, and 3-0s them.
Yeah.
So like that's just a pat on the back. I feel like all the females also kind of just like loved it for what it was because of, official putting in her mud at Queen of the Ring and other leagues, and it's like Jazz got the URL boost. That's the narrative. So like they're like, yo, I'm so glad we finally like knocked her off her high horse.
Because the whole narrative is Jazz was favorited by everyone.
Right.
She's a goody two shoes, and
Right.
she's not really like us. And
She only battles once a
she
year.
battles once a year. Like, well, why does she get preferential treatment?
Right.
And this, that, and the third. Not saying
We don't agree with the narrative, but that was the talk of the town at the time.
If you go back and look,
Right.
that's what people would say. That's what a lot of the girls were saying and stuff like that. So, shall I say, women were saying.
Right.
And so for her to come in there, it almost seemed like the whole the whole league was just like, I'm surprised they didn't pick Official up and just like put her on his shoulders and just carry her out of
It
Urban
was like
Plaza.
the
You know what I'm
craziest.
saying?
It was like the craziest rally, man. Like, that shit
Yeah,
was
they should
wild.
have had a victory parade down on Wall Street or something, man. That shit
Shout
would've
outs
been
to
crazy.
Official for being the first female on Gnome and Summer Madness in the same year. In the same year,
Yeah.
because Jazz and Hustle both did a Gnome and a Summer Madness, not the same
But it
year.
wasn't the same year.
It wasn't the same year. So like that means a couple months later, they're like, yo, we need to book her
Right
again.
back.
Right back.
Book me up, Unc. She should have said that after her third. Book me up, Unc.
But then she fell through with the Couture syndrome, where she tried to replicate her C3 performance for Couture. She tried to replicate her Jazz performance for Hustle.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't fall the same. Like sometimes when you have those kind of stellar performances, you do have to just take a seat back, chill, and just wait for the right situation, because it's like, let them miss you. Let that marinate and let them miss you. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. And not for nothing, it's not like her performance was bad in the Hustle battle, but it was just like the performance was so damn good in the Jazz battle.
That's what they want.
Right.
That's the bar.
And Hustle came with it too, you know what I'm saying? So it was a good back and forth battle with however you want to call it, you can call it, but great battle back to back.
Yeah, man. So like she set the bar really high, but at this moment it's just like you're thinking about all the things she's already done in 2015, and it's like she battled Miss Hustle, she battled she battled Jazz, she battled in the Choir Room, she battled E Hart. She's having a great 2015 resume wise, and then it gets even better. Guerrilla Warfare, for their card out in Chicago, they book her against a female battle rap legend.
Yeah.
They book her against Lady Luck. Unfortunately, the match didn't come out to the promotion, didn't come out to what it would be on paper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But Lady Luck coming back to battle rap is the equivalent of like, a Sirius Jones coming back, a Ines coming back, a Murder Mook coming back, and those. There's people from that era coming back to battle rap. So you got to respect it off the strength. I know we all know Lady Luck for losing on Fight Club National TV 2 times to Remy Ma,
right?
but she was also a part of the famous event, the World Series of Hip Hop 2008.
She was versus Reese Steele, right?
And she caught a body.
Yeah, she sure did, man. I mean, and like it or not, it's like Lady Luck, like Battle Remy, who's a platinum artist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Been on national TV. He's
Right.
been on Def Jam. So I don't care what anyone says. This was still a battle that Official could be proud to have underneath her belt when it's presented to her. It's like, why would I not want to do this? You know what I'm saying?
And the best part is she was the one selected for it.
Right. And it's not like Remy Ma is going to come down and battle. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So who are you going to get from the ladies that are known to have been legends back then? So to get Lady Luck, it was still a big thing. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
like you said, the battle itself, could have been better, but O came to work under some strenuous circumstances.
Well, so check this out. It's just I guess it's the legend syndrome, where people that battled maybe half a decade ago or a decade ago or so, they believe that they can translate in this new era of battling. not necessarily the case. Enes's
Not
return,
always.
Enes's return doesn't look good. Ridal's return
Right.
doesn't look good. You know what I'm saying? Sirius Jones' return, it was pretty good, but not everybody has a good return. A lot
Right.
of legends don't come back and look good on their first attempt.
Mm-hmm.
So Lady Luck obviously didn't look good in her first attempt. Plus, I don't think they got a fair shake. That was a bad crowd.
Right.
That was a really bad
Yeah,
crowd.
yeah. The whole event itself was a little bit of a letdown. You know what I mean? But
Right. Like, and that crowd was stacked.
that was the
The Abe Urban Serve.
That was the Abe Urban Serve card, man.
Yeah,
Like that was
man.
a stack card on paper. In reality, it didn't necessarily turn out that way, but we still are making this a notable battle because, like we said, so many accomplishments that Lady Luck had, and Official came out and did her job. You know what I mean?
She takes a little break after the Lady Luck battle because I remember it was towards the end of 2015 in December. So 2015, what a year, what a run.
Yeah.
Takes a little break and then comes back to RBE and battles QB. Man,
Fire
what a
battle!
What
man.
a battle!
Yo, I watched that battle today in preparation for our podcast tonight, man. Fire battle, all 3 rounds from both ladies, man. That battle was slept on, in my opinion, man. That battle was fire to me.
I think
man.
what I love the most about the battle is that, like, at this moment, right, QB's already had maybe 10 battles. Queen of the Ring, she's battled so much. Official is coming off a prime year. And so you would think they're going to be a little past their prime, a little steep down. Nah, not at all.
They brought everything that you love from them.
Exactly.
Yo, QB wasn't holding no punches in that battle.
Oh, you hard? Well, I give no fucks. Catch blue balls. I got a chick with a dick for all of you RuPauls, but I don't need that. I got a chick with a dick for all of you RuPauls, but I don't need that. I'd rather start smacking a few broads. I'll put hands upside the heads of all of you dogs.
Oh, man, the Qs love that one, right?
Hell yeah. They have to, man.
They had to love that one. And
Tony Bro up there put his Q dog slide on.
shout out to Tony Bro and Black Compass.
Word.
So that was a fire battle.
Facts.
And I was really happy to see just, like, 2 top names in female battle rap after so many years. They're still hungry, or they're still competitive.
Going at it.
Because there's been plenty of matches too that, like, after a while, like, we finally get to see it, like maybe E Hart and 40 bars when they finally booked it, and it wasn't what it lived up
What
to.
it was supposed to be,
Yeah,
yeah.
it wasn't what it's supposed to be, and that happened. And then here comes the female battle rap is dying stigma. But then at the same
Right.
time, battle rap in itself, in 2016, everybody wants to say battle rap was dying as a whole. So, like, to see those performances, they matter so much to, like, the hardcore battle rap fans and the supporters, because you're like, wow, they still got it. They can still bring an elite level of a performance.
Facts.
And the RB crowd is just great for it. Like, they're gonna support the bars.
They wanted it, you
Yeah,
know. And
they
if
wanted
you
it.
bring that fire, they're gonna give it up.
And then I think one of the biggest matches of her career ever is when she went out to the West and battled Disaster. What was your thoughts when the match was first announced? Did you think she had no chance, or did you?
I don't know what, because I knew this. I knew there was gonna be a lot of crazy, derogatory, misogynistic words that would get ready to be thrown at Official, and I knew that if she could stand there and withstand that fire, that she'd be good. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
she done been through it all. You know what I'm saying? The storm, this, that, and the third. Diz yelling at her is not gonna move her. I thought if she could just stand there and literally just withstand Diz going crazy and get her bars out, she'd be good. Because I don't really see no fear in her. She came up
Right.
battling guys. This is nothing new to her. It's just Diz is a super top tier, god tier legend. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
you
And
could
she-
get killed.
And she's taking him in his home, in his backyard.
And you could get killed. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't like Diz was just putting around. Like he came to play.
No, Diz really took the battle
He
serious.
came to play.
Yeah.
So that's another testament to why she's so damn dope and why we're doing a tribute to her, because this doesn't take some guys seriously. He'll just show up, you know what I'm saying, when he's going through certain modes and just give you whatever. But he made sure, even this was even during the filming of Bodied, I think, matter of fact. You know what I'm saying?
In
So
2016.
even through all that, he made sure, and he said that he wanted her. You know what I'm saying? He saw how talented she was and that she wasn't getting the props that she deserved. And he wanted to take her and showcase her skills. You know what I'm saying? And she held her own. She did not die. She struck Diz. She put a little blood on him. You know what I'm saying?
The consensus have her winning. I had Disaster winning, to be honest.
I did too, and especially going back today and rewatching it again. But I thought she did very well. I thought she did. Except even with Diz try to do the little mind games and try to shove her a little bit and stuff like that. Like Diz, like she was like, "You ain't gonna push me. Don't be pushing me." Like she got right back in his face, called him all kinds of names.
She didn't back down.
Not
like,
at
don't
all,
talk when
man.
I'm rapping.
Exactly.
She didn't back down at all.
And she had bars, man. You know what I mean?
This was at the bunker too, so they're gonna respect
Come
the
on
rap
now.
here.
And it's on KOTD on the bunker, another pay-per-view event. You know what I'm saying? Where she's a feature. You can't say that she's not one of the headliners if she's battling Diz. Diz is a headliner.
At
you know
this
what I'm
point,
saying?
She got picked for a lot of pay-per-view events at this moment in time. So like, they know, like, okay, Official's gonna bring ticket sales too. So then she became.
She's a brand.
She became a headliner for the most part.
Facts.
I want to play a clip from the disaster battle that I liked a lot.
Go for it.
So all that talk go get you beat for trying. See, I keep the peace and I keep the violence. He won't speak a peak when I reach the riot. Silencer on a weapon. That's my definition of peace and quiet. I see you.
And in the evolution over the years, it's crazy. 2013, 14, 15, 16, it's only like maybe 3 years really of just hardcore battling, right? She stopped scheming as much, fixed her delivery, fixed her haymakers, put a nice rhyme pattern for her haymakers, and then more importantly, found ways to incorporate jokes in the midst of it. So she's giving you bars, haymakers, aggression, then she'll stop, throw a subtle joke, gets the crowd laughing, it gets right back into it.
Back to
action. She learned how to craft so many different styles per round, and then her slogan. Yeah. She gets surgical, and then she switches things up every single round. So like she's also a difficult person to beat because of the way she crafts herself. Where like one round you have to kind of like out angle her, the next round you have to out bar her, the next round you have to be more aggressive than her. You know, so like you kind of don't know where to put your, and then she creates difficulty for round placements.
Exactly. So and if you're not someone who can sit there and craft rounds and make them customized and play defense. Like that's how she gets a lot of people. People don't know how to play defense. You know what I'm saying? Right. But she's already letting you know this is how it's going. So if you can't adjust and make different types of rounds, you might get swept up in that storm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I've always loved the idea of round placements because it's just sometimes where you put the rounds makes the whole outcome of the battle different. Yeah. And she creates that difficulty of like, damn, how do I prepare for Official? You know what I'm saying? Do I put this here? Do I put this there? Do I try to do this at this moment?
Do I try to do my personal round versus her personal round? Do I try to outbar her during the bar round?
Do I take her style and flip it? Do I just stick to what I have? She makes you question. Like that's when you know a battle rapper is, I guess, maybe top tier or really great. Yeah. When they make you re-strategize your approach. Because some people just like say, okay, I'm gonna just be me. They can't beat what I do. Right. And it's true. Other people say, I need to completely brainstorm and make up a game plan for this person. You got to make a game plan for Official. And she's not the only one. There's other people, Eat Heart, 40, Farrah, Jazz, Hustle. All these girls you have to make game plans for. So that's how you know they're big names. And last battle I really want to tribute to as well is in 2017 she battled Tori. Yeah. And I guess kind of giving Tori a shot in a sense because they headlined the card. They headlined the All Hail the Queens card. And the
comeback card, right?
Yeah, it was a comeback card. And the battle was okay. I liked the battle for what it was. And a lot of people didn't like it. A lot of people said it was a little underwhelming. But at that moment, at this point of Official's career, like she had did so much already. There's only very few females left for her to battle. Mm-hmm. She had been on some of the biggest stages and biggest crowds and biggest cards. She's battled some top names in both divisions of male and female.
She's battled legendary dudes.
Yeah, so at this moment, the only thing you can say is, oh, I want to see her battle more guys. Or I want to see her battle this female. Or et cetera, et cetera. Like, there wasn't much left for her to really do. So, like, I definitely gracefully respect the timing of her retirement. Mm-hmm. I acknowledge everything that she's done, and I've always said I have her in my top 5. Yeah, I have her in my top 3. So,
and deservingly so. Like, you know what I mean?
No, absolutely deservingly so. Like I said at the beginning of the episode, the accolades, the 4th most viewed, 3rd with the most battles. Like that's work ethic. Yeah. Only person that has more battles than her is 40 bars and Bonnie.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And those girls were working too. So it's like, if you're in that conversation, that means you took a lot of see, like, I guess for the guys, since they're battling much more frequently.
And there's so many of them.
And there's so many of them too. So they have a good pool of opponents, because the females, they don't have a big of a pool as the guys do, or multiple areas to battle. So like you're not gonna be able to battle everybody in your circuit in 1 year. A guy
Right.
get to take 6 battles in a year against big names. You know, so you gotta have to kind of like also time these things, pace it, wait to the right timing to take this female. But she got her 25 battles in all those years, man.
She got hers off, man, and she
Yeah.
bowed out gracefully. You know, she bowed out. Her last battle that's on YouTube now is against Shuni the rapper.
Yeah, the C
You know.
card on May 5th.
Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah,
Shouts to that. I think that whole card is a good. I like the card on paper a lot. I seen some of the battles. Some of the battles are great. I definitely think it's just tough because it conflicted with
the RBE card. Was
Yeah,
that
with
there,
Pearly
right?
Gates
There's
too.
a lot going on. That
And
day
there-
in particular
there was-
had a lot of battle rap going
CGBL
on.
also had another battle.
Yeah.
I think there was a battle event in Jersey.
Yeah.
So there's at least probably 4 battles in the four battle events in the tri-state area.
areas
So
is
like
going
it's just difficult.
It was a lot. But there's a lot of promise in that league. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
hopefully it does come up. I will say this. The final battle that I'm seeing from her versus Shuni, it's not necessarily her finest moment as a battle rapper. You know what I'm saying? But
it's a Jordan scoring 20 in the
yeah,
Wizards.
you know, it's like
like
But
you're gonna appreciate it for what it is.
I know, man.
You know?
Being that she's so great, you know, it's like you just wish that last one in air quotes that I'm doing right now,
right.
you know what I'm saying, was just like Jordan with the crossover, the tongue out, you know what I'm saying, pushing Russell out of the way, you know what I mean?
Right.
But what can I say, man? She's done it all. You know, she's put in her time. She's left her stamp in the game. No one's ever going to be able to remove her name. She's a certified legend out here. For crying out loud, she was on Snoop Dogg's GGN show. You know what I'm saying? Like
Facts.
freestyling her ass off on that show. Only 2 battle rappers have made it up there, her and Arsenal.
And she could rap her ass off.
Hello. So that's saying a lot. You know what I'm saying? So all in all, official, we praise you. All praises due to one of the queens of female battle rap. We thank you for your time and your effort that you've put in. And, you know, we look forward to your fire music that's coming out, and we will be supporting you here at Let's Talk Battle Rap because we want to see you go to that next stage that you're looking to go to.
Because it
you know what
opens
I'm
doors
saying?
for not just her and all the other artists
Absolutely.
as well. And I say
absolutely.
artists, I don't just mean the females. I mean battle
Everybody,
rappers. Battle rappers, period.
yeah.
Like, NWX gets to
Yeah,
do the
it's
music
another
thing.
crown
More
in their
female battle rappers.
yeah.
More everybody wins.
Everybody, you know. So I'm hoping that she wins, and if she does in the future decide to come back, you know what I'm saying?
That chicken.
Either for that chicken or whoever,
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
I know they're gonna come back for the bag, man. If the bag is right, we'll see you again. But if not, you know,
sometimes, man, you get that itch for a kill, and who knows? Maybe it'll be 3 years from now. Maybe it'll be 7 years from now. Maybe it'll be 2 years from now. Who knows?
Hey,
but
if the circuit gets really interesting, a couple of talent start to
Yeah.
really spark the wave a year or 2
Exactly.
passes. She'll say, "I'm making my return." It's like, "Oh, official's making a return," and then everybody will want to see it.
yeah, because sometimes, or like you said, she might see someone who sparks her interest or pushes her pen and goes, man, you know, like this chick is fire. Like I got the urge now to see if I could test my pen. So who knows? So hopefully one of these girls will come up, or hopefully a bag that's worth someone's of official status will come up that'll make
Facts.
her want to chill out because she deserves it. You know what I'm saying? These ladies deserve it, and we look forward to all your endeavors you got coming up in the future, man. Nothing but the best to you.
I
Official.
think that wraps it up, man.
Yes,
It's like
sir.
a little mini battle rack in a sense, right?
Yeah, kind of, sort of, right?
So this is the official tribute battle rack. Battle rack.
Battle rack. Word, man. The official tribute, man. Everybody, thank you for following us.
That's double entendre. Official tribute for official tribute.
Facts, right?
The official tribute.
For the official tribute. Yeah,
The sun is out, man. Let's get out of
yo,
here.
man, let's get up out of here, man. Yo, follow us on Twitter at We Talk Battle Rap. Follow me at Program V. Email us at Let's Talk Battle Rap at gmail.com. Peace.